Today's lesson is called Get Down to Get Fit. The health benefits of the squat. Day 1. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
I am Roger. Today we're talking about exercise. And you know, some of you probably do some exercise in the early morning or the evening after work or school. You might go jogging in the park. You might lift some weights. You might go swimming and stuff like that. But we're talking about a little bit of simple exercise that you can do that can work wonders for your body.
Yeah, today we're talking about an exercise called the squat. And get this, there are 2 days associated with this lesson. So yeah, today and then the day after today, we'll be talking about squats, squatting, and all things squat-related. How about that? I am psyched. I love exercise, everyone, so that's why I'm so excited. I love running, I love jogging, I like lifting weights, and I also love squatting. By the way, Roger, you're looking fit as a fiddle today. You must have woken up early and you must have done your squats. Am I right in assuming that?
I did not do my squats today. However, I did do them yesterday. I don't want to do them every day because I'm afraid I will get really sore. And last time, of course, I did not do squats for a couple of weeks or so. So the next time I did the squats, I got really sore. So you got to be careful there. But yes, I do, do my fair share of weightlifting and things like that. But hey, we're going to be talking about the squat in today's program. So let's get to it, everybody. Let's listen to the first part of our lesson and find out exactly what this squat business is all about.
Get down to get fit. The health benefits of the squat. For many years, the squat has been a popular full-body exercise. Indeed, since the 19th century, squats have been used by people, especially bodybuilders, to train the muscles in the thighs and hips. Squats are also great for developing core strength and are a key part of Olympic weightlifting and strength training.
大家好，今天第一个单字我们看到的是 squat。这个字当作名词，代表蹲或是蹲坐、深蹲的意思。例如 The two children were in squats while they played the game of marbles. 2个小朋友蹲着玩弹珠。接下来我们看到的单字是 thigh。这个字当作名词，它有大腿的意思。所以我们可以说 Sarah can't run because she injured a muscle in her thigh. Sarah 大腿肌肉受伤，没办法跑。
All right, folks, the name of our article is Get Down to Get Fit, the health benefits of the squat. And yes, this is kind of a funny title because, yes, when you squat or when you do the exercise known as squatting, yeah, you have to get down, i.e., you have to act as though you're sitting even though you don't have a chair. That's how you do a squat. Anyways, yes, when we're talking about squats or the squat, okay? What we're talking about is an exercise routine wherein one squats. That is, from a standing starting position, one crouches over and over again, each time bending deeply at the knees without moving their upper body very much. That's how you squat, or that's how a person squats or does the squat. And yes, when squatting or doing squats, people look to be sitting down even though there isn't a chair nearby.
Exactly, and we're calling it a squat here in the title, to do a squat, but a squat can also be a verb to squat down, especially if you're using the toilet. If you're using an Asian toilet, you would need to squat down as opposed to sitting down. But for many years, the squat has been a popular full-body exercise. So yes, this exercise has been around for many years. It's nothing new. It's a very fundamental move. It's very basic. I suppose cavemen were doing it thousands of years ago, and it has been a popular full-body exercise. Now, that part for me is kind of surprising. Full body. I thought that just exercised the legs only.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well, but apparently, hey, squats, doing squats or squatting is actually a full body exercise. How about that? And yes, squats have been around for a long time. Now, were cavemen doing squats? It's possible, but the history of squats kind of begins more at the 19th century. But yeah, it makes sense to me that cavemen could squat. It's a simple exercise. You don't need to go to the gym to squat or anything like that. You could do squats in a cave. Cavemen, therefore, could have done squats in their caves. How about that? Anyways, moving on, the next sentence says, indeed, since the 19th century, squats have been used by people, especially bodybuilders, to train the muscles in the thighs and hips. So yes, this is a full body exercise activity, but like Roger said before, the squats, or when you're doing squats, I should say, you're kind of targeting those muscles in your legs. Apparently, yes, squatting is great if you want to train the muscles in the thighs and hips. Anyways, folks, let's go ahead and make some explanations right now. Let's figure out what a bodybuilder is, and then let's figure out what a thigh is. Okay, first of all, bodybuilders. What are bodybuilders? Well, a bodybuilder is just a person who exercises a lot in order to develop and to enlarge their muscles. Yeah, bodybuilders lift weights a lot. Yeah, I like to run. I like to do aerobic exercise, but I don't really get big that way. In fact, I kind of slim down a lot. My muscles get smaller, and I get thinner and weigh less and less. Bodybuilders, when they exercise, they actually want to gain weight, but not weight in the form of fat. They want to gain weight in the form of muscle. They want those big pipes, those big arms and legs and chest and stuff like that. They want to develop these muscles, or they want to build up their bodies, hence bodybuilders.
Right, so if you want to do some bodybuilding, or if you are a bodybuilder, then squats are probably the right kind of exercise for you, at least one of the many kinds of exercises that you can do. But again, they are trying to train their thighs, or they're trying to build the muscles in their thighs. The thighs is simply the largest part of your leg, the part of your leg between your hips and your knees, the thighs there. And yes, you need to have powerful thighs to, wrestle, to play basketball, to do cycling and stuff like that. And so they use these exercises, squats, to train the muscles in their thighs and their hips. The hips, of course, are at the sides of your body, just to the side of your butt. Now, squats are also great for developing core strength and are a key part of Olympic weightlifting and strength training. So they're great for developing core strength. Core just means the middle of something, like an apple core, for example. But if you're talking about the core in your body, that's in your midsection, around your belly, to get those six-pack abs.
I was going to say, yeah, very often when people say, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to the exercise and work on core strength, chances are they're going to be working on their abs. They want to develop a six-pack there in their belly, although I believe there are other muscles there in the center of your body that contribute to core strength. Anyways, I didn't know this. Bodybuilders, people who build up their bodies, hence the term, I should say, bodybuilders. These people love doing squats. How about that? And that's not it. Yes, squats are a key part of Olympic weightlifting and strength training. Yeah, so top bodybuilders do these exercises. Top bodybuilders, Olympic bodybuilders, actually do squats. How about that? Now, before we take a break, let's talk about weightlifting. Here, weightlifting is a sport. It's a sport in which competitors lift heavy weights. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
The basic squat involves simply lowering your body as far as possible by moving your hips back and bending your knees. Once in that position, you slowly push back to the starting position and repeat. Both highly effective and free from the expensive and bulky equipment that many other exercises require, squats are an ideal workout for both athletes and non-athletes. And, in addition to being a great exercise on their own, squats improve sports performance. People are even able to run faster after adding squats to their workouts.
第二部分我们看到的单字是 equipment， 这个字当作名词，代表器材、设备的意思。例如 The sports equipment looks old, but it still works well. 这项运动装备看起来很旧，不过还是很好用。接下来我们看到的单字是 workout， 这个字当作名词，它有身体锻炼、健身的意思。例如，每天上班前 Nora 都会先健身90分钟，包括跑步、重训和伸展。英文可以这么说 Every day before work, Nora does a 90-minute workout that includes running, weights, and stretching.
All right, everybody, let's continue to talk about squats, okay? The basic squat involves simply lowering your body as far as possible by moving your hips back and bending your knees. Indeed, squatting. Just think about if you use an Asian toilet, you're going to squat down, and that means moving your body down, and you move your hips back, however, and I guess you try to keep your back as straight as possible, but you also bend your knees, and in this particular case, the basic squat means you go down as far as you can. For me, when I do squats, I don't go down that far because I have bad knees, so I only go down as far as to where my thighs are parallel with the floor. I don't like to go down any further than that because I'm afraid I might hurt my knees.
There you go. That's a pretty good definition of what a squat is, by the way. Yeah, what you have to do is you have to lower your body as far as possible by moving your hips and bending your knees. That's pretty much all there is to it. You can either read this sentence to figure out what a squat is, or just remember, yeah, when you squat, you kind of look like you're sitting in a chair or trying to sit down in a chair even though a chair is not nearby. Anyways, more on squatting and the position that you end up taking when you squat. Yeah, once in that position, once in the squatting position with your hips back and your knees bent, once in that position, you slowly push back to the starting position and repeat. So yeah, you sit down and then you stand up. And then you sit down again, and then you stand up again. That's what squatting is all about. Anyways, more on squats. Yes, squats are amazing, right?
They certainly are. They're highly effective, and you don't have to use expensive and bulky equipment. So they are free from the expensive and bulky equipment that many other exercises require. Squats are an ideal workout for both athletes and non-athletes. So if you talk about something being bulky, that means it's large, it takes up a lot of space. If you're doing bodybuilding or weightlifting, you want to have a bulky body, you want to be buffed. And we're talking, of course, being bulky or having bulky muscles, but here it's bulky equipment, and sometimes we live in small, compact apartments in the city. We don't have room for all this exercise equipment, so a squat is ideal. You don't need this bulky equipment. And remember, equipment is a non-count noun, so please do not add an S to this word.
Yeah, that's kind of important. You never say equipments, ever. The word is equipment. And that's that. Now, more on this word equipment. When we're talking about equipment, we're talking about the tools or things that you need to do some activity. Yeah, if you want to go mountain climbing, you have to have the proper equipment. You got to have the right boots and picks. You have to have a good jacket and ropes and all sorts of stuff like that. But like I said before, even though you have many pieces of equipment, yeah, you never say, oh yeah, I've got mountain climbing equipments. No, you don't. And yeah, more on this word bulky. It's a great word. Okay, yeah. If something is bulky, it's large, it's hard to handle, it's cumbersome, it's unwieldy. Yeah, all of those words mean bulky. It's a great word with a lot of great synonyms as well. Anyways, yes, something that is bulky is too big for the space in which it is found. And yeah, bulky guys, sometimes they have really big muscles and they can't even fit through doorways anymore. So yeah, they've officially become bulky. Now, before we move on here, we also have this word workout to talk about. Here, a workout is a period of time spent exercising. Yeah, you could say something like, yeah, I had a tough workout this morning. I did squats for an hour non-stop. Yeah. That's kind of a tough workout there. Now, note, this is one word, okay? Not two. A workout. Now, if you break this word down into two words, work and then out, yeah, this becomes a verb phrase, to work out. Now, moving on, the next sentence says, and in addition to being a great exercise on their own, squats improve sports performance. People are even able to run faster after adding squats to their workouts.
Yep. In addition to, that's basically the same thing as 除了什么什么之外 in Chinese. In addition to this, also it can do this. So in addition to being great exercise by itself, squats also, you could add an also there. Squats also improve sports performance, okay, which means you're doing other kinds of sports. This is just kind of a foundational exercise for other sports. People are even able to run faster after adding squats to their workouts. So, Jeff, because you're a great long-distance runner, you run marathons and stuff like that, squats would be an ideal exercise for you.
I am paying attention. My ears are perked up big time. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
However, the squat is more than just a form of exercise. It's a powerful movement with numerous health benefits. In fact, squatting, either with feet flat on the ground or with the body up on the balls of the feet, is the natural resting position of humans. By contrast, sitting has been linked to several negative health outcomes when done for long periods of time. Such outcomes include obesity, heart problems, diabetes, and spine, hip, and muscle injuries.
第三部分我们看到的单字是 outcome， 这个字当作名词，代表结果、后果的意思。所以我们可以说 The outcome of the football game is still uncertain as there are 10 minutes left in the game. 因为足球比赛还有10分钟才会结束，所以结果还不确定。接下来我们看到的单字是 diabetes， 这个字当作名词，它有糖尿病的意思。例如Tim 的爷爷自从得了糖尿病后就一直服药。英文可以这么说 Tim's grandfather has been taking medicine many years since he got the diabetes. 今天最后一个单字我们看到的是 spine， 这个字当作名词，它有脊椎、脊柱的意思。所以我们可以说 Elaine went to see the doctor because the pain in her spine made it difficult to walk. 脊椎痛让 Elaine 难以行走，所以她去看医生。
Okay, it's time now to talk about the last paragraph in today's lesson. Here we go. It begins by saying, however, the squat is more than just a form of exercise. It's a powerful movement with numerous health benefits. So it's not just squatting down and exercising those muscles. It does more than that. It's a powerful movement that moves not just your legs, but also other parts of your body. And, of course, it gives you great health benefits. In fact, squatting, either with feet flat on the ground or with the body up on the balls of the feet, is the natural resting position of humans. So this sentence here tells us two different ways you can do a squat. You can do it either with your feet flat on the ground, the feet are totally touching the ground, or you can do it with the body up on the balls of the feet. You're kind of standing on your tippy toes, so to speak. The balls of your feet are the area behind your toes on your feet there. So stand on those with your heel up in the air. You can do it that way too. This seems to be a natural resting position of humans. In other words, when they sit down to chat with their friends, there are no chairs around. Lots of people just simply squat down as if they are a catcher in baseball.
Yep, and apparently squatting is actually better than sitting. Very often when people relax, they sit down in a comfy chair. And yeah, it feels right when you do that. It feels great. It feels natural, but that's not exactly true, or it's not exactly the case. Sitting isn't the natural resting position for human beings. No. Yeah, squatting apparently is the natural resting position of humans. How about that? Now, by contrast, sitting has been linked to several negative health outcomes when done for long periods of time. So, squatting good, sitting bad. There's definitely a contrast to be had there. Now, as for this phrase, by contrast, this phrase means conversely. Yeah, this phrase by contrast is a phrase used to indicate that two or more things are being compared, usually in such a way that shows how they're different. Yeah, here this phrase lets us know that the effects of sitting pretty much directly oppose that of squatting or the effects of squatting. And yeah, the contrast between them, between sitting and squatting and the effects thereof, yeah, the contrast between them is stark, to say the least. Then we also have this word outcome to talk about. Outcomes are results or consequences.
The result of something. So yes, if you sit in a chair for long periods of time, you will have negative health outcomes. And again, as happens if you do it for a long period of time. Now, such outcomes, such results include obesity, being extra fat, heart problems, diabetes, and spine, hip, and muscle injuries. So you can experience those problems if you sit for long periods of time. I suppose squatting is better. It doesn't produce as many problems, but we're talking about the outcomes or the problems you might have if you sit for a long time, like you would at the office or in school, sitting in a chair all day long. You might experience obesity, which means you are obese, which means you're extra fat. You could also have some heart problems, maybe a heart attack or cardiovascular disease. Diabetes, of course, is your body's inability to control the sugar levels in your blood, and also spine problems. That's problems with your back and with your hips and with muscles. Oh, there are just so many problems associated with sitting for long periods of time.
Yeah, your spine, your backbone, that's kind of important. You don't want to injure that. So, hey, squat, okay? Don't sit. If you can, squat. Stay away from the chair. Okay, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a break, but don't go away. The Chinese teacher is waiting in the wings.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天文法重点。在课文第二部分有一个句子是 And in addition to being a great exercise on their own, squats improve sports performance. 而且除了本身是良好的运动之外，深蹲还能提升运动表现。那我这边来比较一下 in addition to 跟 except 或者是 except for 的用法。我们句子里面的 in addition to 它表示除了什么什么以外还有什么，那它是片语介系词，后面是要接名词或动名词。至于 except for 或者是 except， 它表示除了什么什么以外就没有什么了。后面同样是可以接名词或动名词，可是它们两个的差别就在于 in addition to 后面接的事物是有包括在内，那么 except for 或者是 except 后面接的事物则是被排除在外的，它就意味着 not including something 不包含某事物。举例来说， In addition to Japanese, she wants to learn Korean and Spanish. 除了日文之外，她还想要学韩文跟西班牙文。再来看一个例句是 Everyone was invited except me， 或是Everyone was invited except for me. 除了我之外，每个人都有受到邀请，所以我是被排除在外的。好，再来看课文第三部分的开头。However, the squat is more than just a form of exercise. 然而，深蹲不仅止于运动的形式。More than just 什么什么就表示说不只是什么什么，像 They are more than just friends 就表示他们不只是朋友而已。好，那英文还有一个用语是 more than just a pretty face， 这是用来表达某个人不只是长得好看而已，他还有其他的优点，有好的特质。好，那我们再顺便学几个跟 more than 相关的用法。第一种是 no more than， 它表示只有什么，仅仅什么什么，它就类似 as few as 或者是 as little as 的语义。那这个用法它就意味着说话者他认为这个数量太少了。例如 The painting is worth no more than $100 US， 这幅画它的价值只有$100美元。好，第二种用法是 not more than， 它表达最多怎么样，至多怎么样，就相当于 at most。那这个用法它是用客观的角度去表达数量的多寡，数量最多怎么样。例如It's not more than 200 meters from the hotel to the beach. 从那间饭店到海边最多200公尺。好，第三种是 little more than， 它表示仅仅怎么样，只不过是怎么样。这可以用来强调数量很少，意思就跟 no more than 很接近。举例来说 He had little more than a few dollars in his pocket. 他口袋里不过只有几块钱而已。好，那下一个用法是 more than a little。这字面上是指比一点还要多，意思就是很多，非常。当我们说 She was more than a little surprised， 是指她非常惊讶。好，以上是今天的重点整理，接着我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Squat. I began my training with a 30-minute run and 50 squats. Thigh. The dog attacked the man, biting him on the thigh and arm. Equipment. The team can't practice today because their equipment is missing. Workout. Do you know what workout routine Marcia has started? She looks great. Outcome. The report's outcomes show what changes must be made to improve the company. Diabetes. Despite learning that he has diabetes, Sean still eats a lot of sweets. Spine. Denise suffered spine damage last month and unfortunately cannot walk anymore.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.